Good evening, I'm Jordan Orcas. Thank you for joining us for 18 News at 5, 6, 10.
Would you mind telling me like a little bit about yourself, your career, what you do, and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Jordan Orcas. I got my bachelor's from Sacred Heart in 2018. I double majored in media arts with a concentration in journalism and theater arts with a concentration in musical theater. And then I got my master's in 2019. I was in the broadcast journalism media production program. So that was really cool. I would say when I was at Sacred Heart, I was fairly involved. I did a lot of stuff in the theater program. I was in leading award nominated roles. I've directed plays. I did some of the film and TV students projects. But then when it comes to media, I was on the editorial board for the Spectrum newspaper. I did that for a couple of years. Both undergrad and grad school, I really enjoyed The Pulse with Professor Alec Castro. A lot of Golda's projects and clubs and activities, you know, between the newspaper, the magazine, nightlife, all those fun shows and stuff. So yeah, I'd say I was fairly involved.
So moving on, what's like one thing that's stuck with you from your time here at Sacred Heart that you like still use today?
I would say the biggest thing from Sacred Heart is, you know, the school gives you the opportunity to be as hands-on as possible. And I could not stress enough, take advantage of that. Obviously, you know, I went through like all the clubs and like all the different like projects you could do from on camera, off camera, like production, radio, magazine, like whatever, like film, like all that stuff. Just take advantage of it, because at least in my industry right now, there is such an emphasis on multimedia where like one person is literally doing 5 person's jobs. And when you take advantage of it in school, you're ready for it. You're not just kind of like thrown into like the deep end.
So moving on, what's been your best day at work and your worst day at work?
So I feel like it's kind of hard to just, because like this field is so ever changing, it's hard to pinpoint like one exact thing. So I'll just kind of talk like generally speaking. And I'll start with worst because I don't want to end like on a dark, dreary, depressing note. So like I would say, you know, working in news is obviously, it could be very negative. I mean, granted, look at what the world is today, you know, between like Ukraine and COVID-19, and especially local news, you do a lot of crime. So it's like, I've seen dead bodies before, and, you know, you hear about these like really, really like dark cases and like, and whatnot. So it's like, it could be hard to separate from work and not like take it home with you. But I feel like it's kind of like the harsh reality of the world we live in. But that being said, it's also there's so much good in the world. Like you hear these really, really amazing stories, and it could be like so rewarding. And like I said, I've had really cool opportunities where I've met and interviewed Amy Poehler, Steve-O. I've talked to players from the Buffalo Bills, the Chiefs, like so many really cool opportunities. But really, I feel like the heart of it is you're being a voice for people who don't have one, who otherwise wouldn't be able to get their stories out there. And you meet these really incredible people, and that's what I love about local news is you dive in, you get to know the community, the heart of the community, and you really become a part of it. And I feel like that's just, it's really, really special.
The last question I have is, what does the future hold for you? Like, what do you want next after this job in Buffalo?
Yeah, so I would say I live in the present. I'm very like, you know, I'm happy where I'm at right now. Especially like I said before, like this industry is constantly changing. It's like, look at how it was like years ago, and it was just solely like, okay, let's turn on the TV, watch the news. And now it's like so much of news is online, it's digital, you know, between social media and streaming platforms. There are so many different opportunities out there. I know for me, for certain, I only want to be a news anchor. I don't want to be behind the scenes, or not that I don't love those things and that you don't do them on a daily basis, but for me, like, I know I want to be an anchor, like not as opposed to like a reporter or something of that sort. But long term, I know later down the road, I want to end up in Boston. That's always kind of been like my goal, like my kind of dream market. Well, like I said, as far as a timeline goes, like everyone's always like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's like, I don't know. Like it's funny because like I said, I told myself I didn't want to stay in New York, and here I am like in Buffalo. So I don't know. It's like, I'll get there when I'm ready. It's like, every day I'm learning, you know, I'm eager to learn. You have to, you know, you have to be, especially in this field, any media field. So it's just like, I know I'm happy where I'm at right now. Whenever I get there, I'll get there. So
yeah, exactly.
best thing I'll say.
Yeah. Well, thank you for hopping on and talking to me for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
It was nice to meet
that
you.
all makes sense because I again ramble and talk so fast.
No,
So.
it all made sense. It all made
Okay.
sense. But thank you again. Good luck with the Emmy.